The year is 1994. Canada faces off against Sweden with a second straight gold medal in sight. That's next.
Save of the moment. It's a Thornton lunge for Canada. Hit it beautiful move. Shot on goal. What a play by Geraldine. It is over. Canada, world champions. Junior hockey champions for the 5th year in a row. It's mission accomplished. Canada grabs gold. They are world champions.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to World Junior Classics here on ESPN Classic Canada. I'm Gord Miller. The 1994 World Junior Hockey Championship was played in a little place called Ostrava in the Czech Republic, right on the Czech-Polish border. It was hardly an auspicious place for some of the best young hockey players in the world to gather, but that they did. At that time, the World Junior Hockey Championship format was a straight round robin. Whoever had the best record at the end of 7 games won the gold medal. The final game for Canada and Sweden that year was against each other, and they were the two teams competing for the gold medal. Sweden was undefeated. Canada had 1 draw, so all the Swedes needed was a win or a tie to avenge a heartbreaking loss to Canada in the tournament the year before. The Canadians had plenty of stars on their side, but 2 unknowns would lead the way in goal scoring. Martin Gendron and Rick Girard had 6 goals each to pace Canada, a squad that included future NHL stars like Jason Allison, Mike Pekka, and a host of others. When we come back, Canada and Sweden go for gold at the 1994 World Junior Hockey Championship. Coming off a gold medal performance the year before in the World Junior Hockey Championship, there was lots of controversy surrounding this Canadian team going to the 1994 tournament. Coach Joe Canale from the Quebec League cut 2 junior stars, Ed Jovanovski and Jeff O'Neill, in training camp. And there were all kinds of questions about who the goaltender should be, Manny Fernandez from the Quebec League or Jamie Storr from the Ontario League. For this final showdown with the Swedes, Joe Canale went with a hunch and went with Jamie Storr. For the first period, let's take you to Ostrava in the Czech Republic with Paul Romanuk and Bob McKenzie.
Sweden's only gold medal at the World Junior Championship coming back in 1981. They have won silver the last 2 years. And in goal for them for this gold medal game, Peter Olsen. He has been there all the way this year. And he, like the team, is 6-0, 1.67 goals against average. At the other end, Jamie Storr, the goalkeeper or storekeeper, if you will, getting the call for Canada. Played the first 3 games of the tournament. Played pretty well for 2 games and 58 minutes by his own admission. Gave up a bad goal, maybe 2 against the Russians. Emmanuel Fernandez came in, but it is Storr in there for the gold medal game. As I mentioned earlier, the referee is Jyrki Ingman from Finland. He's done a reasonably good job. And there would be a caveat to that, of course, that it is often very frustrating for the Canadians to deal with European-style officiating. So we will see what is allowed to go in terms of physical play in this game and what is not. And that, make no mistake about it, will be a key part of how Canada approaches this game. If they can hit, then they can be very effective. If not, could be trouble because this Swedish team can really fly. Johan Davidson trying to work it in, puck up around the boards. Johansson up there giving a bump. Swedes in the purple uniforms, Canada in white. Puck knocked in front, and Anson Carter will tap it up ahead. Olsen just parks it back at the goal. This is Kenny Jonsson, Toronto Maple Leaf draft pick. He's tied up along the boards after he had dropped the puck back. Witt with it now. Just bouncing it back into the corner. Johansson back after it. Coughs up the puck. It's bounced back out to the blue line. Tully trying to keep it in. Keeps it in momentarily, but then gets caught. And Sweden able to break out. Hutchinson along the boards. Drops it back. Rosen. Cross ice for Peter Strome. Strome was knocked off the puck. Dubé's following up. Allison poking it towards the goal, and it is held by Peter Olsen.
Well, Coach Joe Canale had no special words for his team as we look at the lineup here for today. You'll notice the Aaron Gavey, Anson Carter, Todd Harvey line. That is the line Joe Canale would like to have out on the ice when the top Swedish line is out there with Niklas Sundstrom, Mats Lindgren, and Johan Davidsson. Canadian defense when it's been all the way through. Jeff Friesen, number 25, is the spare forward. He's listed as a defenseman on the depth chart. But no special words for Team Canada. Joe Canale just simply said to them, listen guys, over an 80-game schedule, you can't beat your best every night. You can't give your 100% over 80 games, but in one game, no excuse for not giving your best. Let's go out and see what happens.
Peter Strome with the puck now for Sweden, number 26. Trying to come out. Allison up there forechecking. This is Eriksson. Flips it up ahead at center. Rosen trying to get away. Rosen will come in with Strome. Rosen shoots one. And will carry him around up along the boards. Eriksson back at the line. Taps it down into the corner. Hawkinson angling towards the front of the net. The pass doesn't come to him. And Gerard starts back for Canada. Up to the line. Allison coming in. He's up there with Tully. Gerard punching his way through. Couldn't get possession of the puck. Strome gets it up ahead. Hawkinson hits the line. Trying to drive in towards the goal. He is stiffed there by McCabe. McCabe pedals it up along the boards, and Canada able to clear. We are just underway. The gold medal game of the 1994 World Junior Hockey Championship. Canada and Sweden. McCabe dumps it down into Swedish territory. Freeland back to pick it up around the boards for Dick Karnstrom. Karnstrom gets it up out to the line. Svartvedet couldn't clear it. Gendron buzzing around down in the corner. He's thrown to the ice, and Sweden starts back. Freeland churning his way up to center. Karnstrom is up there too. Karnstrom will angle in, looking towards the front of the net, tried to center it, and look at how well this Swedish team skates around, handles the puck. Svartvedet down along the board. Svartvedet couldn't get it in front. Here's Botterhill. Botterhill for Canada. And Marty Murray just chops it in for the Canadian team, and Joe Canale will get in a line change, as will his counterpart, Tommy Tom. Uhlin bouncing into Canadian territory. Back comes Bannister. Up at center, that's knocked down. Hogman along the board, chopped away from him. Bowen will bat it loose. Pekka racing over after it. Pekka and Uhlin, and he dumps Uhlin to the ice. No penalty call. Johansson will wheel it in for Sweden.
Good hit by Michael Pekka. They need lots of those to start this game off.
Timmender with a shot, rebound at the side of the goal. Modine coming around in front, trying to get a close-range shot there. He's forced back to the net again. That's Modine battling away. Drops it in for Hogman. Hogman back in for Modine. Modine still chops it in towards the net. Storr up around the boards. Mattias Timander at the line, couldn't keep it in.
Jamie Storr is a very good puck handler. Did a good job of clearing the zone with it there.
Here's Daniel Johansson. He will just loft an eye-high shot in, and Storr handles that. This is Tully under some pressure. Johansson's up there. Puck bouncing around at the side of the net. And Bowen will dip through there to pick up the loose puck. Bowen being chased by Johan Davidson out to center. Kenny Jonsson now gets it up ahead, right on the tape there for Johansson. He's given a bump by Witt. Witt along the boards gets it past Jonsson and down the ice. And Canada is called for icing. Good pace in the early going. We played 3:57, no score.
We're still Team Canada, regardless of what people said about us, and regardless of where you're picked to finish the tournament. Once you put that jersey on, you're expected to win, at least by the guys in your room. So, we didn't really know what was going on too much back home, but we knew in Ostrava we expected to win, our coaching staff expected us to win, and the whole development team that Team Canada put together expected us to win as well.
Puck right in front of the net, just chopped wide by Michael Hawkinson as the Swedes press right off the faceoff. Strome trying to get it in front. That's knocked down. Carter rolling it down into Swedish territory. Actually, Carter didn't touch it, and icing is called on Canada once again.
Well, Canada's game plan is to play a very physical game, but a controlled physical game. They've got to take the man at every opportunity because the Swedes simply are not used to being hit like that. And that's a good hit by Michael Pekka, puts down Mattias Uhlin, who could be a first-round pick in this year's NHL entry draft. But right now, the thing that Canada has to concern themselves about in their own end, one-on-one defensive coverage. These Swedes are marvelously skilled hockey players. They handle the puck extremely well. They skate so very well and very crafty, especially coming out from behind the net.
Strome off the face-off, trying to circle back, looking for some room. Gerard picks his pocket and gets the puck down the ice. Allison up there. He'll lock up with Lindberg along the boards. And the puck comes back out. This is Stajduhar. Up to Gerard. Allison at the line. hooked up there as he came in. The puck rolling through that scrum, and finally it's picked up and flicked off the boards by Joakim Lundberg. Olsen just drops it off. Gerard watching his man. Gerhardsen just fires it down the ice. Chris Armstrong back to pick it up for Canada. Threw it blindly behind the net. Puck knocked away. It ends up on the mesh, and play is whistled down. And Chris Armstrong gets a bit of a break there. He left the puck there, but didn't take a look before he left the drop pass. And the Swedes, ever so quick, right up there to capitalize.
Well, Coach Tommy Tomta is in the third year of a 3-year contract with the Swedish Ice Hockey Federation. He has 2 silver medals in the past 2 World Junior Championships. Would dearly love to hit goal today. The line that Canada must concern themselves the most with is the first line, Mats Lindgren, between Niklas Sundstrom and Johan Davidsson, and a very strong defense led by Kenny Jonsson, the Toronto Maple Leaf first rounder, number 19. Keep an eye on him. He's a key to all that they do.
Murray trying to break through there. He was up with Botterill. Puck knocked away. Botterill on the board, sort of waved at it. Tarnstrom and he tangled. Murray over there trying to claim the spoils. And the puck finally cleared up. Gerhardsen going up after it. Angles in front, rolled it in. Murray up there for Canada. Soderberg watching him. Murray can't get it out. Fired in by Tarnstrom. That's knocked away. Tully trying to clear the zone. Bounces out. Knocked away. Gendron for Canada. Wheels in over the line. Botterill with him. Shooting one. Up around the boards, and that will zing all the way back outside the blue line and down the ice. Tully ricochets it off the board. Soderberg let it go. Tarnstrom shoots as he stepped over the line. Puck back up to Botterill. Under immediate pressure there along the wall. Soderberg trying to get away with it, and Soderberg is hauled down. And a penalty coming up. It is going to go against Jason Botterill of Team Canada.
The 1994 World Junior Hockey Championships on TSN is brought to you in part by Pepsi. Pepsi reminds you to be young, have fun, drink Pepsi.
Well, Botterill along the boards there, hooking his man up, and he gets a trip to the penalty box, and Sweden gets its first power play.
Pulled down Soderberg, and this is a very lethal power play. Very dangerous, working from behind the net. There's 3 things that can happen. Number 2, Johansson is the trigger man from the point. Kenny Jonsson, number 19, loves to move down from the point to the side of the net. You can see the defenseman come right off the blue line, right up to the post beside Jamie Storr. Or the third thing that can happen, Niklas Sundstrom off to one wing, likes to one-time it. So there's 3 elements to a very dangerous power play here.
Kenny Jonsson flips it up, puck rolling around. And that is stolen by Aaron Gavey. Canada's penalty killing has been pretty good in this tournament. Gavey, Dubé, Marty Murray, they've all done great work out there. Bannister into the corner, chaps it along the boards and out.
Well, the Swedes striking is very tentative in this game. They don't miss too many passes, and so far in this game they've made a lot of unforced errors, and that's been unusual for them. I think they're a little bit nervous.
Davidsson in over the blue line, puck knocked away from him and cleared down the ice. Dubé hustling after his man Johansson. This is Jonsson. Big Toronto Maple Leafs first rounder. Leads all defensemen in scoring in this tournament. Jonsson gets it up along the boards. Lindgren weaving through and pulled the trigger, and the puck being deflected up over the glass and into the netting, so we get a stoppage with 58 seconds still to go on the power play for Sweden. We played 7:01 in the first period. 0-0 is the score. And looks as though Hawkinson will stay out there to take the face-off for Sweden, number 16. Another Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick, but Leafs well represented in this game. Combray and the Canadian team, also a Leaf pick.
We could use some help right now, I think, the Leafs.
Lundberg couldn't keep it in. Carter right in his face and able to force the puck out. Lundberg. Anders Eriksson, a Detroit Red Wings draft pick. Up carefully to center is Lundberg. Lundberg just clearing it in off the boards. 30 seconds to go in the Swedish power play. Aaron Gavey weaves in, top of the slot. It's finally poked away from him, and Sweden will set up once again. They haven't looked that confident at all in this power play. Roger Rosen in over the line. Puck pushed away from him and back out. 15 seconds to go on the man advantage as Tully bounces it in on goal. Peter Olsson with his teed up there for the defense.
Paul, for the most part, Sweden has walked through this tournament. They've only given up 10 goals in 6 games.
Puck given away in front. Bowen right there. And so was Olsson. Bowen swooping in for the scoring chance. Hockman coming back down the other way. Gets it in front. Modin cutting through there. He's given a bump by Bowen. Here's a shot. That's knocked away by Storr. As they go back and forth in the early going. Teams back at even strength. Bowen is up there and the fans whistling for a penalty. Great shift for Curtis Bowen. Couple of hits, scoring chance as he's gone back and forth. Modin coming in now. Modin throwing it out towards the front of the net. Hogman couldn't knock it down. Stajduhar back for Canada. Up along the boards. Convery pushing it towards the front. Chopped right on goal and held by Olsson. Mike Pekka going the other way, able to chop it in, and Olsson with a nice stop.
Well, if there's a critical flaw in the Swedish team, a lot of people think it's the goaltender, Peter Olsson. Now, his goals against average is 1.67 for this tournament. That wouldn't indicate a problem, but he's taken so few shots. Swedes are averaging less than 15 shots against per game, not even close to anybody else. In fact, most of the other teams are almost double. So Coach Joe Canale wants his team, when they get possession in the offensive zone, says to his team, let's get a lot of shots on this guy and find out whether he can really play goal.
Well, Canale and assistant coach Mike Johnston, whom we were speaking with yesterday at practice, both acknowledging that there is no comparison in these two teams on a man-for-man skill level. The Swedes, much more skilled, much better skaters, much better passers and puck handlers. But Canada trying to counter that with great team play and by being physical along the boards.
It was a little different, being away from home at Christmas and, pretty much having 20 other guys as your family and, eat mystery meat for turkey dinner. And, it was a lot of fun. I think we all grew up a lot on that trip over there, with the miserable weather and being trapped inside. And he really made a lot of good friendships.
Well, Michael Pekka, great opportunity, a breakaway. He gets slashed there and a penalty picked up on the play, but he just misses picking the corner against Olsson.
So Canada on the power play. Puck bouncing around. Harvey's in front. Here's Gerard. Oh, a nice stop by Olsson. Stared him down. They were nose to nose. Gerard up there looking for Gavey along the board. Johansson trying to chop it loose. Lindgren gets it out.
A great save by Olsson, the goaltender. All alone in front. Rick Gerard, a very crafty forward, was waiting to see if the goaltender would go laying down. He could just flip it over top of him. He stood his ground well.
Stajduhar works it up. Gerard comes in over the blue line. Gerard fires one. That is blocked by Johansson. Rebound, flipping around, and it's steered out of harm's way by Max Lindgren. Here's Gerard. Harvey's up there with him. Stajduhar's moved right up as well. Harvey in back of the net. Eriksson watching him. Harvey lets it go. Stajduhar flicks one in. Rebound in front. Olsson. Couple of stops. Harvey was right there. Didn't get much on the rebound. Peter Olsson, the Swedish goaltender, has looked very sharp in the early going.
Well, he's been the story so far. Some nice puck movement by the Canadians, getting a lot of pressure from the Swedes on the penalty killing. Stajduhar puts the puck in from the point. A good job picking up the rebound by Todd Harvey. Couldn't get the puck up, couldn't get enough on it. Right in front, Rick Gerard all alone earlier, tried to put that one up, but you see Olsson stood his ground, and the book on him is that he flops down, lets a lot of goals in between the 5-hole, but so far he's really stood his ground. And Rick Gerard of the Swift Current Broncos, the third leading scorer in the Western Hockey League last year, he knows how to bury it. One-on-one like that, it's not very often he'll get beat. So good start for the Swedes from the perspective of getting momentum from their goaltender. That's not according to the script. That's not the way things are supposed to happen when Canada and Sweden meet.
Yeah, but the writing on the wall is often a forgery. You never know. Gerard had 141 points last year in the Western Hockey League. 59 seconds still to go in this power play for Canada. I'm Paul Romanuk with Bob McKenzie. A special hello to those of you taking the afternoon off work or school. to watch this game. Makes it a little bit more fun. Dubé up in the face-off for Canada, up there with Gendron and Allison. Hawkinson gets it along the boards and just slipped past Stajduhar and down the ice. Pekka back to pick it up for Canada. Pekka and Stajduhar back at the blue line. 44 seconds to go on the man advantage. 0-0. Up to the line, Dubé slams on the brakes, looking for some help. At the line, Stajduhar almost able to keep it in and able to fight off a couple of Swedish players to prevent the break. Here's Allison, but that is offside. Play is whistled down with 28 seconds still to go on the man advantage.
Well, Coach Tommy Tomp back for his third World Junior Championship, and he really thought that he was going to win this one in the stands on Sunday night when the Czechs were beating Canada. There they are high-fiving. There's the big yawn. Things are starting to come back in Canada's favor. And there they are heading for the exit, knowing that the gold medal is going to be won on the ice this year, not in the stands. And certainly you talk to most people, and that's the way they prefer it.
Yeah, here's Dubé up for the face-off. Played 13-15 of the first period. Jamie Storr, the Canadian goaltender, talked about before the game was a big story. Really hasn't been a factor yet, but still a long way to go. It's been his counterpart, Peter Olsen, at the other end, who's looked very sharp. Here's Dubé. Not at much of an angle to shoot. Dubé trying to sneak in, shoots it. Yannick Dubé for Canada on the power play, and it's 1-0.
A 49-goal from the Laval, 49-goal man from the Laval Titan of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Give Jason Allison the big assist without ever touching the puck. Watch him screen the goaltender. Look at little Olsen there trying to push him out of the way. As soon as Dubé comes out, Allison moves out in front of the net and blocks the entire vision of Olsen. He had no chance whatsoever. He didn't even see that one. And with 1 second left in the power play, Dubé puts Canada ahead 1-0. Also, the Swedish defenseman, number 2, Daniel Johansson, did a good job of screening his goaltender, but there was just a wall of bodies in front of Olsen. Could not be faulted on that one, and a timely goal for Canada. Dubé gets his 5th goal of the tournament, and I don't know what this guy has to do to get some attention, but he's not even rated by NHL Central Scouting in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Maybe that could change by the time the next ratings come out.
Off the draw. Convery coming in. He's given a bump as he came in over the blue line. Interesting move by Eriksson. Strong tips it off, gets the return pass, comes over the line with Rosen as they crisscross, and offside is called on Sweden. Played 14:06 of the first period. Canada leads via a power play goal.
And here's a bunch of guys that were picked to finish out of the medals, finished 6th or 7th, and here we are playing Sweden for the gold medal, and they're the heavily favored favorite coming into the whole tournament. So we put ourselves in the position where we wanted to be, and you know we said to ourselves, you know, if we're a Canadian team and you have a chance to go for the jugular, Canadian teams have had a lot of pride in themselves in finishing teams off. And that's exactly what we did.
This is Witt for Canada. Ian Girard along the boards trying to work it past Hogman. Allison throws it up. Ullin covering Dubé. Timmender. And the puck finally wheeled in by Matthias Ullin. And icing is called on Canada. 14:39 is the amount that they have played so far in this first period.
Yannick Dubé gets Team Canada off to a pretty good start here. Very early on, the Swedes seem to generate some good offense in the Canadian end without getting any real good scoring opportunities. Yannick Dubé, very timely goal for Team Canada to take the 1-0 lead. I think that really takes a lot of pressure off of Canada and puts a lot of pressure on the Swedes. I'll say this now while Canada's ahead 1-0, lest anyone accuse me of being an apologist for Team Canada at some point. Sweden would have to be considered the favorite coming into this game. This team's being constructed over the last 4 years just for this tournament. These guys have played an awful lot of hockey together as a unit from the time they were 15, 14 years old. The same cannot be said for a Canadian team that was just put together on December 13th.
Well, Sweden was the favorite last year going into the tournament as well, the tournament that was held in Gävle, Sweden. They ended up taking home the silver medal. Up to the line, Lindgren. Up along the boards, looking for some help in front. Carter intercepts that, pestered there by Davidson. Sundstrom, back of the net. Nicholas Sundstrom looking to find someone in front. All he can find are two Canadians in his face. This is Carter for Canada. To Harvey. Carter trying to fight off Lindgren. Bouchard back to pick it up. Both teams making a few changes on the go. Played 15.5 minutes. 1-0 Canada leading. Janet Dubé with a power play goal at 13:42. A seeing eye shot to a wall of players in front of the Swedish goaltender.
Puck was above the head by Jason Botterill there via whistle. Jamie Storr, netminder for Canada, has not really been tested. Star goaltender for the Owen Sound Platers of the Ontario Hockey League. A very happy man, very happy young man to get back into the net here. Said he felt bad that for the sake of one, maybe two bad goals against the Russians, he lost his opportunity to start the rest of the way. Manuel Fernandez did a very good job in the next game against Finland. It looked a little shaky in wins over the United States and the Czech Republic. And as a result, Jamie Storr gets his game back again in the game that matters most.
Lundberg to Rosen. Roger Rosen. In off the board. Wicked bounce in front that Stajduhar got to. Gendrov trying to poke it out. Gendrov throws himself at his man. Botterill breaking for the front of the net. Murray cutting in there too. Stajduhar on the trail, just missed. Stajduhar loves to jump up and join the rush. There he was again, but the pass intercepted. And the puck cleared in, offside called on Canada. Stajduhar loves to do that, but at this elite level of play, he has to watch that he doesn't get burned.
Well, you've got to be judicious, and on that occasion, someone's got to maybe stay back and mind the score a little bit. Canada was very lucky they didn't get caught with a quick transition. And the Swedes are very good at turning the puck around, coming back up the ice a lot faster than you came down. But Nick Stajduhar has been a good offensive force from the blue line for Canada in this tournament. Plays the point on the power play. Has had a good overall tournament.
And we'll be talking to him during our first intermission. Uhlin works it in front. A bullet just swooped wide by Frederick Modin. A hot wrist shot. Modin back of the net. Looking for Johansson in front. Modin and Johansson working along the boards. Here's Modin in front of the net. Couldn't convert the pass. And they kind of push it towards the line, the Canadian defense, and Allison will take care of it now. Trying to get away from Hogman along the board. Up to Girard. Allison leaps up to join it. Down into the corner. Uhlin tying him up. Timmender can't get it out. Allison, great work. Controls the puck. Allison still jumps in front. Backhand shot. He scores! Big time goal. Jason Allison puts Canada up 2-0.
Jason Allison has been perhaps Canada's best player in this tournament. Had 3 assists in a very important win over the Czechs. Oh, you can let the pictures do the talking here. Look at the move he put on the Swedish defenseman. Down on one knee, backhands it in. What a goal by Jason Allison, a first-round pick of the Washington Capitals. He beat Matthias Timander so badly there, right between.
And this was all created by the Canadian defense just kind of pushing the Swedish offense back towards the blue line, namely Brendan Witt.
And Jason Allison really got it going by coming down the wing here with this puck. What a tremendous effort by Jason Allison, who's been a force, a physical force, and a guy who's got big hands. I've continually referred to him in this tournament as a Dave Andreychuk clone. He certainly looked a lot like the big Maple Leaf winger coming out of the corner there and scoring a goal. He is a better playmaker than he is a goal scorer, but you wouldn't know it from that play.
Realized that hindsight is 20/20, but when I think back to a couple of weeks ago at the training camp in Kitchener, Ontario, standing up in the stands talking with a few scouts, and it was the opinion that Allison was one of the guys on the bubble to make this team. He has made the team and played spectacular hockey. Lindgren scores! Mats Lindgren. And Sweden cuts the lead. It's 2-1.
Mats Lindgren does a good job of getting this puck in the corner, cycling it out in front and using Drew Bannister as a screen. Again, no chance for Jamie Storr. Canadian defenseman Drew Bannister entirely blocked his vision, not unlike the goal that was scored by Yannick Dubé a little bit earlier. Storr didn't see it at all. No chance, and Lindgren, the Winnipeg Jets' first-round pick, 15th overall in last year's entry draft. A guy not particularly noted as being an offensive star, makes a very fine offensive play. Could be the Rookie of the Year in the Swedish Elite League this year. Plays on a line with Håkan Loob with Farjestad.
Lindgren gets the goal 18 seconds after Jason Allison had put Canada up 2-0. 17:23 the time. Hawkinson slides it back into his own end. Armstrong just feathering it up there for Canada. Anders Eriksson. Up off the boards, puck rolling towards the front of the net. Back to Stasiar.
Curious strategy by the Swedish team. Roger Rosen, number 27, is heading way up the ice right to the Canadian blue line and then curling back around trying to get something at center. And we are going to have a penalty here. Looks like it's coincidental minors right inside the face-off circle to the left of Olsen, the Swedish goaltender. Jason Botterill going off for Canada. And number 8, Anders Eriksson, a first-round pick of the Detroit Red Wings, heads off. Just to the left, right there, you'll see two players mixing it up. The holding of the stick, an exchange of gloves. At that point, nothing's been called, and then after the fact, the referee decided that maybe he'd send these guys off for a couple of minutes.
And there's Anders Eriksson. Was packing a little bit of extra weight at last year's Four Nations Cup, which is one reason why he didn't play in the World Junior Tournament. He has lost the weight and leaned up.
An outstanding prospect for the Detroit Red Wings, their first-round pick last year. Seeing a couple of Central Division prospects in Kenny Jonsson and Anders Eriksson today.
And this is Kenny Jonsson moving the puck up. Intended for Lindgren, knocked down. Dubé for Canada, and not so fast. Had it pulled away from him in short order. Sundstrom whistles one low and wide. Nicholas Sundstrom gets it around back of the net, down low for Lindgren. In front for Sundstrom, trying to fight off the checkers. Has a tough time doing it, couldn't get much of a shot away. That was Drew Bannister who was sticking to him like glue. Bouchard for Canada. Trying to get the handle on the puck. Bannister can't get it. Lindgren at the line. Works it over. Jonsson whistles one in there that Storr knocks away. Back to the line. Jonsson again. Stepped up. Trying to fire it in towards the net. It's knocked away and cleared. Johansson back to Jonsson. Jonsson gets up ahead of steam. Delayed penalty coming up against Canada. Jonsson down low, looking towards the front of the net. Sundstrom is out there, number 24. And the puck is touched by a Canadian player. With 58 seconds to go in the first period, Sweden will go on the power play.
It'll be a cross-checking penalty to Canada with 1 minute 58 seconds left in the period. The big Swedish power play continues to go to work. Drew Bannister in front of the net picks up the penalty. And it'll be 4-on-3, a situation that would certainly favor the very swift puck handling Team Sweden. And Kenny Jonsson, just an outstanding offensive player.
You mentioned earlier Mats Lindgren, his teammate on this club. A good chance to win the Rookie of the Year in the Swedish Elite Division. Jonsson won it last year as a rookie with Rögle.
And he will be in the Toronto Maple Leafs lineup next year pending the signing of a contract. His release has already been secured from his team Rögle in the Swedish League.
Sweden with the 4-on-3. Ullén shoots, Storr the save, rebound cleared. Gavey was right there.
Well, very important from a psychological point of view. Get out of this period without the power play goal being scored against you for Canada.
Up to the line, Johansson along the boards. Here's Ullén. Johansson centers it in front of the net. Modin scores! A power play goal for Sweden, and we are tied at 2.
Fredrik Modin is a big guy, 6'3", 210 pounds, undrafted, standing in front of the net. Does a nice job of taking the pass here and tipping it by Jamie Storr. Really didn't have a lot of opportunity on that stretching across. Good play there by Johansson to get the puck over to him. Brent Tully was unable to get his stick and his body on Modin's stick. As a result, this game was tied up with only 27 seconds left in the first period.
Canada jumped out to the 2-0 lead in this game. Had a 2-0 lead as late as 17:05 of this period. But then Sweden roaring back with 2 goals.
And there just seems to be a little confusion as to who should come out of the penalty box on the coincidental minor. Whether it should be Jason Botterill or Drew Bannister. And according to the referee, Jyrki Ingman, it is Jason Botterill who picked up the original penalty with the Swede Anders Eriksson. Canada was arguing that it should be Drew Bannister, who's a very valuable member of the defensive squad here, the best defensive defenseman on the team. Between a tower of strength for Team Canada this year.
.27 seconds remaining in the first period. All tied up at 2. Each team with a power play goal, each team with an even strength goal. As Bouchard fires it in for Canada. Carter moving up, trying to get there. His progress impeded somewhat by Daniel Johansson. Lindgren is bouncing it in. McCabe for Canada. 3 seconds left, and that will do it for the first period. Great start for Canada, not such a great finish.
Team Canada did not want to play a wide-open game against the Swedes at the 1994 World Junior Hockey Championship, but the first period was run and gun. The teams combined for 29 shots on goal and 4 goals. But Canada emerged all right, tied at 2 with the Swedes. But remember, Sweden needed only a tie or a win to capture the goal. The second period is next when we come back.